All right. All right. We're buzzing here. It is NHL draft lottery night, and we are live. We love this. We love this. Mike is going. We got that there. You can share the screen, which is ideal. And we're going to get this going here. So this is what we're looking at here right now is about 25% for the Vancouver Canucks to be able to get the first overall pick. Second is Chicago. Third, New York. We'll have to see how this one works because quite literally this is going to be a crazy, crazy night considering everything. So how it's going to go, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope we're all doing well. This is what we're here for. I'm also going to try to get the Instagram going here because probably a little bit better that way too. So we'll see what we can get. But we are about a minute in. Should be a good time. Get mic'd up for this and get going. And that's how it's going to be going here. Should be pretty good. I think we're. Hold on. Let's get that there. I don't know if that's going to be good. Let's be honest. I don't know if that's going to be good. We're going to try to get the Instagram going here too. But what a night it could be, everything considered. Genuinely could be absolutely crazy. So I'm very excited. Wondering if anyone can actually hear what I'm hearing as well. I hope not, because I know that's a copyright thing, but oh my God, they got the Sedines calling it too. That's insane. That's insane. That's insane. We're going to get this on the Instagram as well. As long as we can get this going. But yeah, the Canucks, they got first overall, Chicago second, New York third, Calgary fourth, Leafs fifth. Maple Leafs are fifth. So this should be a pretty fun one. Yeah, I mean, how crazy is this going to be? Absolutely crazy. So yeah, we got a lot to get into, but let's get this going here. All right. See if we got audio. Hello. Okay, yeah, we should be pretty good. We should be good. All right. We are live. We are live, baby, on YouTube and on Instagram here. We got everything going. Let's get the odds going right here. We're buzzing. We're buzzing live on YouTube and Instagram right now. This should be a pretty good one. The NHL lottery draft. This is going to be absolutely sick to see who is going to get first overall. I know everyone doesn't want the Panthers to get it. I can agree with you. The Leafs, well, we'll see how this one goes. But yeah, we'll go through it right here as they're doing their big preamble. But the Vancouver Canucks, 25.5%. Thrasher's getting it. Yeah, they are probably going to get it. What's up, Locke? What's up? 13.5% for the Hawks, 11.5% for the Rangers, 9.5% for the Flames, 8.5% for the Leafs. And it keeps going down. Seattle, Winnipeg, Florida, San Jose, Nashville, and St. Louis. Now, I've given what I kind of want to happen. I think all of you know what I'm looking for. That's no surprise here. And hopefully this isn't too loud. I have this hooked up. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting. And how everything's going to go, I have zero idea, genuinely. But we're going to kind of flow through it here, see how it goes. But yeah, why do I want the Blues to win? There's no really. I don't mind the Blues. Like I really don't. I was really high on them coming into this year, and they very much disappointed. So there's no real reason, to be honest, why I'm so high on the Blues. But I don't know. I have no problem with them. I know a lot of people are kind of Minnesota fans and some aren't. The audio is a little quiet. Okay, I might have to fix that, but yeah, there's no really reason, to be honest. There's no real reason. Let me see if I can get this fixed up. Hold on a second here. Let's see what I can do. Let's see what I can do here. I think it should be through here. Let me know. I'll go down to 12 here. This might be a little louder, but it should be a lot better for everyone sitting and listening here. There we go. There we go. That's a little better. That's a little better. I hope so. Hopefully not too loud, but yeah, no, this is going to be that's perfect. Exactly. This is going to be a very good night. We're talking to Gavin McKenna right now where he could be going, and let's go through the possible mock draft in the NHL as we inch closer to the NHL lottery draft here. Gavin McKenna is the number one on many people's lists for good reason. This guy is so dynamic. He's very offensive. A lot of people may be thinking that he's supposed to be this center. No, he is a winger. That's how he's always been, alongside a guy in Ivar Stenberg, who's been so good throughout this whole time. I don't think everyone realizes how good he is, considering, well, he's in Sweden and we don't get to watch him too much. So again, 1 and 2 right here. I think teams will be really battling to see, are they going to pick him? Are they not going to pick him? We'll have to see with that. Third will be Chase Reed. So Chase Reed is an interesting defenseman for this NHL lottery draft, right? Like, he is going to be one to watch for this whole time. Now, you might be thinking, where is a guy like Chase Reed going to land? He could be genuinely as high as number 2, depending on the team and their preference. I know that's kind of crazy considering the Ivar Stenbergs and the Gavin McKennas of the world, but trust me, it is a possibility. Now, at number 4, I think we can really get into something where it gets a little spicy. And this is specifically because of a guy like Caleb Malholtra, Keaton Vierhoff, and even some names in Carson Karls and Albert Smits. A couple of good defensemen. It's a very heavy defensive draft, but also a guy in Caleb Malholtra, 84 points in the OHL with the Bulldogs, who just got knocked out in Game 7. And he's so dynamic. He could score goals. He's a true centerman, which in this draft, really hard to find. You just don't get that. So yeah, we're going to see how this one goes. That kind of rounds out the top 5. Then you're looking at a guy like Tyon Lawrence, who made the switch to Boston University halfway through the year. Wasn't as effective, especially through the 18 games that he had. Vigil Bjork, who I think is going to be a very nice steal to where he's going to be at. And then you also have a guy in Daxton Rudolph, Melt Gustafsson, Oscar Hemming, but those are the lower of when we get to the 8 to 13 area. So this should be pretty good considering everything. I'm excited to see how it goes. But yeah, guys, this is going to be really good. I'm excited how this will go. The one that I will say, and we're going to share the screen here again just to show you of what I'm talking about, is the Toronto Maple Leafs, because they had a year that I don't think anyone was expecting. And yeah, they were pretty terrible. Like they were bad. And this pick could actually drop out of the top 5. It has a better chance of doing that, 58.2% of dropping out of the top 5, and Boston getting it. So Gary Bettman is doing his kind of preamble into it right now. We're going to find out what it could look like. Remember, they might have to restart it a couple times. So I don't think we'll be here a long time, but yeah, we got the tech people here. Yeah, they're just naming everyone now. But yeah, no, this should be pretty good. Again, the odds are right here for everyone who could get number 1 overall. And yeah, I mean, who do you want to win the lottery draft? Let me know, because this is going to be very interesting. I got the YouTube chat up here. I got the Instagram chat up here. So yeah, this should be a pretty fun time. Personally, I mean, we all saw that I want the Leafs to get it. I also really just, I'm very in the middle of who gets it. I'm not really mad if anyone else gets it, to be honest, outside of the Florida Panthers, because they've won 2 cups. So, you know, we'll get this going up here. A little louder. Going to show all the balls here. And this is probably like the most boring part, where they have to go through all the rules and talk about everything, but they're going to put the balls in there with the names on there. Biggest thing you'll keep in mind is the combinations that teams have to make sure this happens. So they're going to go through it. But yeah, they're going to load it up, and we'll go through a couple of more names right now. So when we look at the odds, this is going to be where it can be a little confusing. So for the Vancouver Canucks, you're looking at about 25.5% for them to get first overall, 18.8 for second, and 55.7 for third, which is absolutely crazy. You might be wondering, how is Vancouver at over 50% to get the third overall pick rather than the first overall pick? Well, this all goes to the teams missing the playoffs, the least amount of points, obviously winning the lottery draft, and the first overall pick is awarded by the ping pong balls. A team can only jump 10 spots in this case, so only the top 11 teams are eligible. That's why when you see not the top 10, it had the 11 with the bottom teams like Nashville, St. Louis, Florida, San Jose, all those names, right? So the second drawing will not affect teams with locked in positions from the first drawing. If a 10 spot jumps to a pick that is already locked in, the team will receive the next available pick, right? Again, it's getting confusing. Keep following along. Trust me, it will make sense. Teams are only allowed to improve their position via the lottery twice in a 5-year period beginning with the 2022 draft. So there aren't any teams, I don't believe, that have really had 2 first-round picks, so we don't really have to worry about that. We don't have to, well, maybe San Jose, but we'll see about that. And then, of course, with how things are going to happen here in this top 11, that is top 11 right now, it's all different, right? So just keep that in mind when you're watching this and as teams get picked. But yeah, this should be a pretty good one. Chicago, 13.5% get first overall, 14.4 for second, 30.7 for third, and 41.7 for fourth. Yeah, it's a little bit confusing when we get into those spots. Just again, follow along. It's not as bad when we start to figure it out here in the NHL lottery draft. But let me know, who do you want first overall to go to? Who are you hoping jumps up in this draft, even if it's not first overall? Let me know. Again, this should be very interesting. They have the balls here. They have them all loaded up. And again, we'll go over it quickly one more time. 18.5% for Vancouver, 13.5 for Chicago, 11.5 for the Rangers, 9.5 for Calgary, Toronto 8.5, Seattle 7.5, Winnipeg 6.5, Florida 6, San Jose 5, St. Louis 3.5 or 3%, Nashville 3.5, New Jersey, and all the other teams can't. So we're getting started right here. This is going to be very interesting. We'll see it here. This is the first draw, keep in mind. So we'll see how this goes. So the clock's going to be started. Again, a lot more confusing than it has been. Hey, Joe, how you doing, man? How you doing, dude? It's nice to see you, man. Honestly, really great to hear from you. Always been loving the content. Yeah, so the first draw is where we're going to be going from here. And after that, I mean, we'll see who gets it. So first ball. Remember, this is the odds that go for it. Looking at number 7 on here. Lucky number 7. No one's been eliminated right now. So Toronto at about 8.4%. That's the live odds. Vancouver still at 19.9%. So we'll see how this one keeps going here. So again, started with 7. It's starting right now, Charlie. It's starting right now. I'm looking over it right now. Just looking at number 7. No teams have been eliminated, Charlie. So everyone is still in. Remember, this goes with the odds. If the Leafs don't get top 5, I'm crashing out. Honestly, they kind of need it, to be honest, if it's for a trade or for a prospect, Joe. So I agree. Next number coming up here. Let's see it. Number 2. So let's see what we have right here. No teams. 2 teams eliminated, St. Louis and Washington. So that cannot happen yet. It's very dramatic, this. It's so dramatic. Toronto at 4.5% to get first. Vancouver still leads right now at 16.7%. No, not really crazy there. Clock is starting. We're going to see how this one goes. But again, this is how it's going to follow along, right? So we'll see this. 2 teams eliminated. That's St. Louis and Washington. So they cannot place higher in this case. But yeah, Vancouver leading at 16.7%. 11 is the next number. So we have 7, 2, and 11. And so many teams just got eliminated right there. Florida, Nashville, St. Louis, New Jersey, Islanders, Columbus, St. Louis, and Washington. Vancouver's at 27.3% to win right now. A lot of other teams at 9.1. The Rangers still at 18.2. So they're actually possibly jumping right now. It's very confusing, I know, but there's a lot of stuff going on here. So we have a couple of teams who are still waiting to see who could get it. This is 8 teams right now. 8 teams right now. So I know it's very confusing. I'll explain it for you. Every team has to have their numbers. The lucky numbers, what we're looking at, Toronto's is 12, Seattle's is 4, Winnipeg is 8, Calgary is 10, New York is 9 and 14, Chicago is 6, Vancouver is 1, 50, and 13. So essentially what you're looking for is who is going to get their lucky number. Their lucky number, and they're going to break. This is absolutely terrible. This is awful what they're doing to us. Anyway, so how this works right now, they've pulled 3 numbers. These 3 numbers determine how high or low teams are going to be, who's going to get first and second and whatever, right? There's 1 number that needs to be drawn for each team. Some have 3 numbers that they can get, some have 2, most of them have 1. Vancouver is now at a 27.3% chance to win the lottery draft, a little bit higher than their 25.5. So they still have the very best odds right now. Next up is the Rangers, who still have a couple of balls there that they could possibly get into 1. Everyone else has 1 number that they could get. So there's the odds still happen. A lot of other teams are sitting at about 9.1% to get first. It's very confusing, I know, but hopefully that helps a bit. So let me know, who do you want to win? There are 8 teams left to possibly get first overall. I don't know why they make it this confusing, but again, they do it for transparency, so we all see that the NHL isn't rigged. So we'll see how this one goes. But yes, 9.1% for a lot of these teams to possibly get number 1 overall. I'm begging for Winnipeg. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Winnipeg win, to be honest. I'd actually be pretty happy if they won. But yeah, so we're sitting right here for dramatic effect. They're waiting this long of a time. It's absolutely terrible. Hawks or Leafs. I'd be very happy if the Hawks got it, to be honest. I think I really want Benzie to have someone. Of course, the Leafs, I'm not crazy. Yes, each team has a certain amount of balls, 15 seconds between each. Yeah, whichever number is left. Everyone has a lucky number. Vancouver has 3. Rangers have 2. Everyone else has 1. So we'll see who gets it right here. But Vancouver's still in it. Chicago, New York, Calgary, Toronto, Seattle, Winnipeg, and San Jose. Remember, if Toronto falls out of the top 5, they lose their pick to the Boston Bruins. Lucky numbers right now are 7, 2, and 11. We need 1 more for one of these teams. 15 seconds left. We're going to find out who got first overall or who's going to get it. Vancouver's in the lead at 27.3%. Let's see it. 1 ball could change this all. We'll see it. For those Leafs fans out there, lucky number 12. Oh my God. Oh my God. Toronto just won the lottery. Oh my God. Toronto just won the NHL. They just won. Oh my God. The Leafs just won the draft lottery. I'm not even kidding with you right now. Toronto is picking first overall in the NHL draft lottery. Oh, Vancouver had a 27.3% chance to win first overall. The Maple Leafs at 9.1 have just won first overall and the chance to pick Gavin McKenna. The first time that they've had first overall since 2016 when they picked Austin Matthews. If you can't write a script any more or something any better than it is this right now, I don't even know what to think right now. This is, you could probably say rigged, and I would not be against you. Mats Sundin is now on screen, one of the legends of the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't even know what to think right now. This is absolutely crazy. The Maple Leafs have won the NHL draft lottery. I 1 second. I feel really bad, very bad for the Vancouver Canucks fans. They deserve that first overall, but the Toronto Maple Leafs have just won first overall. I am astonished. Okay, let's go ahead and look at it right here because the Leafs have a very interesting way to go with this. If you didn't know, they would have lost their pick if they dropped out of the top 5. So right now, what we're looking at is them possibly picking Gavin McKenna. Now, Austin Matthews said very recently that if there wasn't change for the Toronto Maple Leafs, he would have wanted to be out of here. And now what we are looking at is either them getting one of the best prospects or more highly touted prospects, or them trading this first overall to change this team for the better. What that looks like for the Toronto Maple Leafs, John Chayka and Mats Sundin are going to have to figure that out. But the Maple Leafs are picking first. And that's 1 draw down. And we're at 7:20 here. I don't even know what to think here. So Let's figure it out. So the Toronto Maple Leafs are picking first overall. Yes, my YouTube and my Instagram chat. And now where do we go from here? Well, the Vancouver Canucks, prior to this happening, had a 27.3% chance going into this final round here, which is, if you don't know, that's very high above any other time. So now what happens? Well, everyone moves down one spot, of course. Matthews ain't leaving no more. Yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if Matthews doesn't leave. But yeah, that's a crazy way for this to go, considering everything for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Like, you go from your GM being very much booed, criticized, and everything in between to getting first overall and starting off this, what we can say is a retool in a way, off. I mean, when you go into this 9.1% chance, no one better to break down the lottery draft for me. Yes, appreciate it, Coulter. Yeah, so for my YouTube chat and for my Instagram chat, this is absolutely crazy what we're looking at here. A 9.1% chance for the Leafs to move up. Everyone moves down. So now what are we looking at? Well, the Leafs really do need a right-handed defenseman. This is where they really do struggle. So again, Keaton Verhoff was touted as one of the better defensemen in this draft. Chase Reed has very much went over the top with him. And now what we're looking at and now what we're trying to deal with is, do the Leafs pick Gavin McKenna or Ivar Stenberg, depending on which way you're looking? Or do they trade this pick and improve their team possibly to the moon? Depends on who wants that pick the most. This is absolutely crazy. I think what I'm thinking here is you take the pick, you have your new winger beside Austin Matthews, or you go and trade that, you get a defenseman that you very much need and that you've longed for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And now you're wondering where this is going to go, right? Like this is a lot that you have to deal with if you're John Chaika, right? Your first day, you're getting booed. The second day, you win the lottery draft. And now you probably have one of the bigger decisions of your life on your hands. So yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs win. Everyone moves down. And now where do we go from here? Well, the Vancouver Canucks would be next on this board. And it's kind of crazy. You go from Matthew Schaefer last year. The Islanders moved up from, what was it, 11 or 13 all the way up to a number one overall, even less odds. We're talking about 3% at that time. So this is not one, but two times that we have seen it jump up so much. And again, live on YouTube, live on Instagram here. I appreciate everyone who has popped in, popped out, and popped back in again. Lots of viewers. But yeah, this is going to be crazy. We have the second combinations coming up right now, but the Toronto Maple Leafs are picking first overall. And now we have the second draw. So the Vancouver Canucks sit at 18.5% to win second overall, followed up by the Chicago Blackhawks. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing, man? Jump in here if you want to. We can have a really good chat. This would be awesome. The New York Rangers at 11.5%, 9.5% for rigged. Hey, you just wanted that pick at 6, so the Bruins could continue. But you have our pick later. That's okay. The Calgary Flames at 9.5%. The Leafs were at 8.5% to get this. So now we're sitting here again. What are the odds going to be for this next draft? Now, again, I'll explain it for everyone who is new to this or just doesn't understand it. Every team has a certain amount that needs to happen for them, the type of balls that flow in. Right now we have number 11. We'll see if that eliminates one team is Washington. So every team has a certain amount of balls that go through there. Every team is going to have a certain way that this is going to happen. So it's just all about the luck of the draw. I do feel bad for Vancouver, but they lead yet again at 20.4% now. Their odds have jumped up. Chicago right behind them at 15.4%. And we'll see how this kind of keeps going. But yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs are right there. Ivan Demidov, Matthew Schaefer, and Beckett Seneca are the Calder favorites, or the Calder finalists, not favorites. A couple of other teams, Florida eliminated, St. Louis eliminated in this case. So yeah, Vancouver's still up there, 21.2%, but the Hawks are still right there, 19.7% to get second overall. Balls are 11-4, still two more here. Again, there has to be a certain combination for each. So keep that in mind when we're looking at this and going through it. We'll see how this goes. Next ball is going to be drawn. It's very confusing. I get it, but I'll break it down for you. Don't worry. Next number here is going. I feel like I'm at the bingo. It feels number 3. So that eliminates I believe, a couple of teams. So yeah, that eliminates Calgary, Nashville, New Jersey, the Islanders, Columbus, Winnipeg, and Washington is already there. Oh wow, Calgary's gone. That's really tough for them. So yeah, 6 teams remain. Vancouver's still in the lead. Actually, they're tied with the New York Rangers now at 18.2%. Toronto's at 27.3%. I'm wondering why that's. Hold on a second here. Am I geeking? This is so funny. Um, so yeah, this would be crazy. So the Vancouver Canucks Leafs lead right now at 27.3%. Their magic numbers are 10, 2, and 12, or 10, 2, yeah, 10, 2, and 12. Vancouver, 5 and 8. Rangers up there, San Jose up there. Be really nice if the San Jose Sharks could get up there. I really hope that they do. And the Sharks, pick second overall. That's actually very big for the San Jose Sharks. They need a defenseman right here. So San Jose, Mike Grier does not look too happy there. I'll be honest. But we'll look at the odds again. Mike Grier has done it. So, or that's not the odds. Sorry, excuse me. So the San Jose Sharks are going to be sitting at 5% once this is all called and done, right? So 5.2% to get second overall compared to Vancouver and Chicago and New York. So these teams right here are dropping. So for my YouTube chat that can't see this, we have yet again another upset to where a team who is below the top here is just not picking. And that means Vancouver cannot fall below the third. So they pick third overall. They'd have 55.7% chance at doing this. This is absolutely crazy. And yeah, sorry, I'm going to read the chat here. As an Avs fan, I'm happy for the Leafs. Yeah, I mean, it depends if you're a Sens fan, a Habs fan. You probably don't like that if you're going to get a guy like Gavin McKenna. Liam, I feel you, man. I feel like, to be fair, it is live, it is in person, so maybe not rigged, maybe rigged. I don't know. Maybe they have that whole little marker thing where it's just a little bit heavier, so it goes up, or sorry, goes down. But yeah, so now what we're looking at right now, the top 3 teams in the lottery draft are the Toronto Maple Leafs picking at 1, the San Jose Sharks picking at 2. Massive for them. I think they go defenseman, but again, how can you maybe discredit a guy like Ivar Stenberg? And number 3 is going to be the Vancouver Canucks. I really do wonder what the Vancouver Canucks do. We were all wondering if San Jose was going to trade up in this draft because they needed someone like this. But yeah, Mike Grier, he does not look like he wants to be here. So this is actually crazy. But what this all means for the Toronto Maple Leafs, this is going to be the top 16 right here. So Toronto 1, San Jose 2, Vancouver 3, Chicago 4, Rangers 5, Calgary 6, Seattle 7, Winnipeg 8, Florida 9, Nashville 10, St. Louis 11, New Jersey 12, New Jersey, Islanders 13, Columbus 14, St. Louis 15, because remember they have 2 picks, one of them being from Detroit, and 16, the Washington Capitals. Yeah. So Austin, I get you. I'm on your side. It is not predetermined. It is. They do it all live because I think they had like a whole, not a scandal, but like everyone was thinking it was going to be fake. So I don't even know what to think here. This feels kind of rigged and crazy because the Leafs, I mean, jumping up like this, they were that close in 2020 in the Lafreniere draft to get him. I remember seeing the ball like just sit by as the Rangers went up. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Top 5 of Toronto, San Jose, Vancouver, Chicago. I mean, let's break this down and what we're looking at here. It's kind of crazy. At least Toronto now gives up the next 2 firsts. It would be so good if they took a note from my Sens and pull. Yeah. Well, I think for the Sens, like they had their picks, they had their guys, and you got to believe in how people develop, and that's the draft, right? But he's a good player. That's no shade to him. He's a really good player, good guy. Deal with him a lot, time in and time out. But yeah, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, I mean, there's a lot to figure out here. and how this is going to look. So we have the final order. Let's go over the top 5 and how this could look for each team. So the Toronto Maple Leafs at number 1 are picking number 1 overall, and they could be going for a guy like Gavin McKenna or Ivar Stenberg. That's not even a question. Again, live on YouTube, live on Instagram. Thank you for everyone joining right here. It's not crazy to think that they could pick those guys. If they don't, then we could be looking at a big trade for the Toronto Maple Leafs to improve their team. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But again, how can you pass up talent like this? The San Jose Sharks, a defenseman is probably what you were looking for. Keaton Veerhoff, Chase Reed are the top guys, right-handed shooters. Those are going to be the ones you want to look for. Number 3, the Vancouver Canucks. This is where you kind of look at this and you say, okay, we didn't get number 1. You're not going to be in that top pick. Maybe a guy like Ivar Stenberg falls. If he doesn't, do you go defenseman? Where do you go from here? Well, in the mock draft, this is what we're looking at right here. The rankings, you could be going for a guy like Caleb Malhotra if you move on from an Elias Pettersson because you do have a Marco Rossi. I don't know how they do that at 11.6 million. But yeah, I mean, you could maybe pair up a Zeev Buium with a Keaton Veerhoff or a Carson Karls. It's kind of hard to say. I really like Albert Smits. I feel like he gets pushed down a lot in this case. But yeah, they are at number 3. Number 4, the Chicago Blackhawks. They drop off a lot here. And for them, I mean, if you can get a guy like Caleb Malhotra at number 4, I think you do it. He's been so good for the Brantford Bulldogs. And in this case, that's kind of where you need to go. But yeah, I mean, the Toronto Maple Leafs move up to 1. It's nuts of where we're sitting at right now for this lottery draft. But yeah, that is all. Thank you everyone for joining. I know everyone's pretty much left right now. For the YouTube, for the Instagram, thanks everyone. Leafs pick number 1. I'm speechless. This is crazy. Thanks for joining everyone. Hope the night's good. Lots of more hockey I'll be covering on my Instagram. So if you're not already going to be looking at my stories and everything, go check it out. So thank you to the YouTube. Thank you to the Instagram. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll talk later and have a good night.